To give you an idea of how stupid it is to hodl gold and not pay attention to the price, or more precisely, the ratio of the value of gold to other things, whether they be other precious metals or other investment opportunities. I was recently watching an Unsolved Mysteries segment about King Tut, and when they had unearthed his treasures, obviously they unearthed a lot of gold, right? And it got me thinking, if King Tut had held the value of gold. And I remember hearing that in the Roman Empire, the average wages of a man for a year was about 1 ounce of gold, right? So in terms of wages, the value of gold has obviously fallen. In terms of actual stuff that you might want to buy, right? Using, obviously everything you buy involves some labor at some point, right? The labor today is obviously much more productive than the same kind of labor 300 years ago, right? But I'll let you do the math. It is not an astronomical increase, right? It might even be a decrease over time. King Tut or his heirs could have done a whole lot better not hodling gold and doing something like trading between precious metals, right? So imagine in 1971, you had an ounce of platinum. You could have bought 2.5, we'll call it 2.5 ounces of gold with it. And then in 1975, those 2.5 ounces of gold could buy you 2.5 ounces of platinum. That's the magic there, right? You don't just increase how much dollars you have, you actually increase the amount of stuff you have by trading back and forth, right? Holding platinum will ensure you always have the same amount of platinum, right? Platinum is not biological, it doesn't multiply. It's not like you had a container full of COVID-19, right? You could maybe come back to that and there might be more COVID-19 in there. Unfortunately, platinum doesn't do that, right? In fact, it might even decay depending on the isotope of platinum involved, right? Or it might decay into gold, who knows? So you got 2.5 ounces of platinum here, and then in 1980, that was 2.5 times 1.6 or so. You might have 4 ounces of gold at this point. And you hold on to that until 1983, and you trade that for 4 ounces of platinum. Notice the magic. Between 71 and 83, our platinum stack has multiplied by 4. Now, obviously, nobody can pick those peaks precisely, but it's a good idea to have some kind of ratios. My favorite way to do this is to pick two numbers. When the ratio hits, I prefer 2 to 1 for each one for historical reasons. 2 to 1, I'll trade platinum for gold. 2 to 1 the other way, I'll trade gold for platinum. Now, in the worst case, 100 years, 200 years has passed, and those ratios have never been breached. I'll still have as much gold as I began, right? But this is my second favorite ratio. My favorite one, my all-time favorite one, is, where did I put it? The platinum to palladium ratio. Look how clean that is. You can pick 5 to 1 on the high end and maybe 1 to 1 on the low end, and you trade those ratios. Again, even if those ratios never get breached again, you'll basically do what King Tut did, right? And he did okay. Anyways, that's why I prefer not to hodl.